crafty ladies. Cassidy here with it's gonna be one of those days. Timeless Creations by Cassidy. I'm here today to show you how I created this Shake Your Flipbook. It's a coffee theme flipbook, like so. And I'm going to show you guys how I built the structure on this. Alright, so what I did, you're going to need 3 sheets of paper. You're going to need 2 of them that are not cut 12 by 12 sheets, unless you want a smaller flip book. You just want to make sure that it's a perfect square. And then you're going to need 1 sheet that is cut into 4 6 by 6 squares. And what we're going to do, we're going to start by moving everything out of my way. And then I just have to find my bone folder, which of course, because I'm looking for it, is nowhere to be found. There it is. Alright, so we're going to start by, you want to flip your paper over. And you're just going to fold it in half here. And then we'll fold it in half again. Like so. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. At one point you're going to end up having to words, please come to me. Trim it. Is what I was trying to say. I have seriously recorded this video now about say 3 times because I keep messing up, and it's just been one of those days. But now I'm just going to do the structure, and then you guys can see the flipbook later. Alright, so you're going to fold 2 corners that are directly across from each other, and then you're going to fold it back up like this. This is going to give you 1 and 2 pockets. So then you're going to put this aside. Now fold this up again. Alright, now I'm kind of picky, so I'm going to use this for my reference because I want to have this one be opposite to this one. So right now, when we fold it in half, we have our pocket on the left side and the square on the right. Now my other one, the next one I do, I want to have my square over here and my pocket over there. So I'm just using it as a reference. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. So we're going to fold it in half like that. So I'm going to start with this corner. Doing it the same way as the other one is not going to ruin your project. It's just going to give the book a different look. And I believe I have one that I can show you. Or maybe I don't. I had one at one point. Actually, no, this is not it. I had one that I started. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, it's just going to give it a little bit of a different look. So now we're going to fold our pages back up, like so. Now you want, this is going to be your cover. So what we're going to do, we're going to open it up, like so. And then we're going to open this side. What we are going to do is that. So, and this is how I get away with not using any washi tape unless it's for decoration. I find that washi tape does not hold these flip books together that well. And I used to do it. Lolly Paloozas here on YouTube has a reinforced hinge video on her YouTube that I'll go ahead and list below in the comments. But this is another way of doing it to where you don't need to use washi tape as part of the construction, but more so just because it's pretty. So what we're going to do next, we are going to open this right here. Oops. I want to keep that down. So we're going to open this and we're going to put adhesive so that we can bind our book completely together so it doesn't fall apart. So we're just going to add some tape. And you can use wet adhesive, you can use your tape runner, you can use whatever you would like. All right. What I like to do, I want to make sure that I'm getting this the best that I can. So I like to have this kind of at a fold, like so. So that way you can kind of see, I hope you guys can anyway, what you're doing. Nope. All right, so it's a little over too far, which might end up hurting me, but we'll see. See it. I didn't get it far enough over, but we might be able to get away with it. Yep, we can. All right, so we just have to So what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of reinforcing these folds. And as you can see, it's kind of splitting, but that's okay because I can now go in with my washi tape and get that fixed up. Yeah, so that just did not work the way I wanted it to. All right, so now you're left with this. And then on the back, you have this kind of double pocket. You can do a couple of different things with it. You can glue it down and make it just decoration. You can use it as pockets, or you could also take another piece of paper, use the reinforced hinge, and add another flip here to cover it up if you want to. I personally, on my other one, I have decided to use it as a pocket just to hold some goodies that I had found for her. All right, so now what we're going to do is we have this white space and we need to get rid of that white space. That is where our 4 6x6s come in. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to do the back first. I want to get rid of this white space right here. So I have these already trimmed down to a 6x6, so it's going to fit perfectly right here. So I'm going to turn this to where I can see a little better so that I don't make the mistake of... And this one, I actually have, it's kind of embossed. I don't know if you can see that. So I want to make sure that that's facing up. So, I mean, that's totally up to you guys. You guys can use whatever you want. But this is just kind of what I was going with. Alright, so sorry if my head gets in the way for this. I have so much problems trying to put everything down nice and neat. All right. Now, as you can see, I do have extra, but when I am completely, why is this being so mean to me? I don't understand what it's catching on. All right. That makes no sense. So I can trim that down if I want to. And I probably will after I get everything put together just to see where we're sitting. So now with these other two, you can either cut the 6x6 in half and just use that, or you can stick the whole piece of cardstock in there. And that's actually what I am going to do. Yeah. And the corner you're going to have facing out, you want to make sure that you get all the way into the corner with the adhesive, so that way it doesn't lift at the edges. So it does not seem to be my day today because everything I do is being wonky and I don't understand it. So I guess I'm going to start down in that corner and I'm going to try it this way. Yeah, see, wonky. But I'm going to stick it out and see what it turns out. There are ways of fixing mistakes without throwing out the entire book or disassembling it and using it for another project, which is what I would do if it didn't work. See, even my gun is being, oy, oy. All right, so there we go. We have the book completely put together. You can see there's stuff way over. So I am going to go ahead and trim that down, and we'll see what it looks like from there. If it's still really wonky, I'm going to redo this video for you guys, even though I'm sure you can get the gist of what I'm doing. So we're just going to cut off all this excess right here. I don't know why this is so hard for me tonight. I don't get it. Apparently the craft world is telling me to slow down. At least that's what I'm getting from it. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna trim right here all the way to the top of this paper. I'm just leaving a little bit of white on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I'll go ahead and cover that up with washi tape, most likely, because I don't want to cut it too short because I don't think it's going to match up with the front. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so you can see that it's kind of misaligned here. Here it looks good, but for some reason this is kind of misaligned. So what I'm going to do to correct that I really hope this works. All right, so I'm just going to go through with an edge punch, and I'm going to go ahead and try and just kind of do a decorative edge, which will hopefully make it look better. And I have arthritis, so it takes a lot of work for me to use these punches. So I don't use them that often because it hurts. All right. There we go. Looks like there was no accident. I mean, it's still kind of diagonal, but that's fine. I mean, it looks, I like it. I like it a lot. I actually might do it to this side too, just because it's so pretty. Told you guys. I have arthritis and this is not working in my favor today. Nothing is, but that's all right. Whoa. All right. So there we have it. That is how I make my flip books. And then, so like I said, you wanted to cut them into fours, to 4 squares. So what I do with this, I take out my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, and you can make an envelope without it. There's plenty of templates on Pinterest. You can Google search it and tons of templates will come on, so you don't really have to have this. I just do a lot of envelopes and I mail a lot, and I really like that I can make my own envelopes. So much more cost effective for me. So I just pick the envelope that does the 6x6, and I don't really go by the paper or the card size because I can fit whatever I want to in it. I just can make it to fit. So we're going to go with that, and it says to score at the 2.5 or 2 5/8, and then score, punch and score. And a lot of people would just keep on rotating this, which is the directions on the board, but I actually flip it and then I measure across from the first one and make sure that is aligned correctly. That way we're getting the same size envelope every time. Because if you're off even just a millimeter, you're going to see like that. That one's going to come over just a little bit, but that's okay. And then the punch board has a reverse punch to do the corners, but I just tend to use this because it's easier than trying to fit the paper back there. Actually, I'm only going to do 3 sides though, because I'm going to use my decorative. Alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and fold in these edges. And if you are going to use any ink on your envelope, like if you're going to ink your edges, you want to do that now before we glue it in together. Alright, well, I punched the wrong edge and now I'm just going to have a plain boring one. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and ink my edges because I personally like that look, and I'm just going to use Tim Holtz Vintage Photo. And I'm just going to go around all my edges. Able to take off the sticker when I could have punched a pretty little one. I probably still could, but I don't think it's going to turn out the way I want it to, so I'm just not going to bother with it. All right. All right. All right, and then I'm just going to put my glue on these flaps right here. Glue that down. And for this one, I normally put, oops, and I just bumped my camera. So this is how I do my letter. And you want to do your stamping before you put it in the flip book because it's harder to do it after. So there's that. And then what I'll do is I'll end up putting it in here somehow. Like I'll put either washi tape on it and have it flip or something of that nature. And then I'll also add this. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And then we will be done. And so the first thing I do is I put adhesive on the envelope itself. And on the book. Because with washi tape it likes to lift. So to prevent that, I want to reinforce the washi tape. And I do that with glue, or with my adhesive runner. You can do it with glue too if you want. It's totally up to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and slap that in there. And then we do it to the other side as well. This one, I'm going to do some yellow. And you can do it however you want. It's up to you. It's your book. You're making it. So, there's where my letter will go. And then my mail tag will go here. And I'm going to do that the same exact way. First I got to ink my edges. Anything on craft paper, I always ink the edges just because I think it looks really sad. It looks sad. I want some prettiness to me. Sorry, it's late. And I'm just trying to get through this video so that I can, I don't know, do something else. All right. There we go. That is how I put together the structure to my flip book. And then I go ahead and I decorate it, and then it ends up being a beautiful. This shaker pocket I learned from Scrap Diva 29 here on YouTube. And I'll go ahead and put her down in the comments below so that way you guys can learn too. Super fun, super easy, great way to do it. So yeah, that's how you start it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see how this book turns out in the end. It will be uploaded once my partner receives it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video and have a wonderful night. Happy crafting. See you next time. Bye.